How you doing, YouTube? Matt Nassa Beer Reviews, back with a little tired hands up in this piece in the form of their Frequency Illusion. I actually don't know which version. Now, if I spin this around, it says here that this bottle is a Pennsylvania-grown Merlot grape version. I don't know much about wine. I don't. But I'm pretty sure Merlot grapes are dark. Now, they could have skinned them. I don't know why they would have done that. But it just doesn't look like a Merlot-based kind of color on it. So I did some sleuthing. I rarely go online and look up beers beforehand, but I looked, and yeah, the Merlot version's like really dark red. Now, when I go on Untapped, there's spittlings, sprinkles, spittlings of this coloration randomly throughout all that stuff. I have no idea what this is. Okay, so we're gonna go into it assuming it might be wrong, it might be right. Who knows? What else is going on in this? It is Frequency Illusion. It's a Pilsner and Oak, Belmont and Whole Melon hopped PA-grown Merlot grape. They classify these as farmhouse ales. This was actually fermented in January 2018, and it was bottled in January 2018, bottled in June 2018. So you're talking about, 3 years on this sucker. Tired Hands Brewing, Ardmore, PA. Yeah. And as you will see, and as I'll jump right out to you, this is clear glass. You don't really see a lot of beers in clear glass. There's a lot of fluid up on top here. I don't know if that's from the actual beer itself because of the gap you have going on in here. So I'm just going to dry that off just before we actually open it. Now this, I was going to say it has an R on it. It's not. It's just the Tired Hands logo. Is this going to hold up over time? I have no idea. But I've always wanted to try one of these, and I've never had one. I was actually, bizarrely, I was up in northeastern Pennsylvania today, and yeah, why didn't I do that like a normal person? And there we go. And I saw this on a shelf. Why is this on a shelf up there? I do not know. This glass is dirty AF, but we're going to look past that. It might just be on the outside, so we'll see what's what. Give this a pour and dive into it. So carbonation isn't an issue on this. Label, I actually do really enjoy it. From the graphic they have on this side, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I think the clear glass looks cool. Is it the best vessel for beer? Probably not. But we are going to drink it otherwise. So I dig on the labeling, I dig on the styling. I mean, that's a pretty aggressive carbonation going on. Very much hyper aggressive, like champagne yeasty carbonation going on with this cloudy kind of classic kind of Saison kind of look to it. So, I mean, it definitely looks the part of what you'd expect from a Saison, But man, that carbonation is definitely aggressive on this sucker. So, anyway, I'll give it a whirl. Give it a nose. It kind of smells a little bit like what I thought might crop up here, which is a little bit of skunkiness. That's not a bad thing. You give me some nice green bottle, Belgian-based, Fantôme level kind of little skunkiness. I'm cool with that. But there's this really nice, rich kind of white Venice grape, not Merlot level grape, and this peachy characteristic that I think is all yeast driven. Man, that smells really, really good. So you have this big fruit component here. I think it's equal parts addition of fruit. I think it's equal parts maybe a hop presence that's lingering there, and equal parts kind of yeast ester. So it is a very cool kind of nose on this. Very fruity, but not what you'd expect from like just an all hops edition, or even an all kind of grape edition. I still think this is nice. It's very much kind of like Gewürztraminer kind of vibe to it. Again, I'm not saying they're wrong, but it has this nice bright kind of elevated beyond Chardonnay below what you'd get from Merlot, and just this nice rich kind of fruity kind of grapiness to it, along with that peach, along with all that nice kind of soft little pepperiness on it and a little bit of skunkiness. Smells really, really, really good, to be honest with you. I'm just diving in. Cheers. That's delicious. Wow, that's vibrant. It's tart. it hits you with this sharp, super sharp tartness. Like cheek pulling. Right here. It's kind of yanking back on my cheeks in a very cool way. But then it delivers. And that's really good, actually. That's like really good. It stops short of being like acidic. Like, and it does have a soft little touch of like apple cider vinegar thing going on, but so minimal. It doesn't bother me all that much. It is so juicy. So rich and juicy. And I want to, and I believe that is a lot to do with the yeast here. Sure, I believe there's a heavy fruit addition in here. Still kind of up in the air in the Merlot thing. But again, it does have this beautiful kind of rich kind of fruitiness to it that just runs the gamut from the hops to the yeast to that actual fruit addition. But man, if that is not a house culture on steroids, I don't know what is. That's really tasty. Like, really tasty. You know, as I kind of, started this video, I was kind of, I've always wanted to try one of these. Something about the clear bottle always kind of intrigued me, even though it's not the best kind of vessel, and the artwork, yada, yada, yada. But I'm not a big tired hands guy. I don't go to Philly. I avoid Philly at all costs. And, you talked about 2018. I think that's when they first started really doing these. And, shortly after there, the pandemic hits and stuff like that. So obviously I'm not going to Philly. So it's kind of like, whatever, I'll have one eventually. And for me to just roll into this random, I'm talking random, I've never been in this place before, middle of nowhere, Northeast PA, like it's small town podunky stuff. We had a really good selection, but here's the thing. The selection was quite old. Had a lot of time on it. I actually accidentally bought a year-old can of beer there because I assumed that the year was going to be 21 instead of 20. But I saw this, and I knew what the date was on it, because it's loud and clear in the front, but I was like, you know what? They had two different versions. They had a red version, I think it was raspberry, and then this one, and something about whole melon. I said Merlot, I didn't buy it, but whole melon and Bellama is, like, awesome for me. I dig that, and the Pilsner oat malt combination I was all into, so I'm like, I'm just going to go with this one. I want something summery, bright. I want something tasty in a very fun kind of, funky way, because I didn't think this was going to be traditional kind of farmhouse-like. And it is to a certain extent, but I believe there's a certain level of acidity here that really ramps this up, really kind of dials this up into a different kind of stratosphere in a very, very, very tasty way. I think this is just a really fun beer. With vibrancy written all over it. I have no idea the ABV in this thing. They don't tell you, right? I don't think this is super high in ABV either. If I had to venture a guess, I'm thinking 6s, 6.8. But it just brings this rich fruitiness. I know I keep returning to the same adjective over and over again, but it's not by mistake, because it's the best way to kind of explain it is that it just has this gorgeous, there's another one I could use, kind of combination. From the yeast to the fruit to the hops, they are all working in tandem, and turns out one of the better, more aggressive kind of funky farmhouse. I guess that would be the best way to mix culture. I don't care what you call it. It's tasty. Tasty AF, and this has not aged badly. It has aged gracefully on some rando shelf in the middle of northeastern PA, unless they just got it in. Maybe they shot these out into the universe not too long ago. I think this is aged fantastic. I think this is a great beer, and I am going to drink the crap out of this, and I'm going to enjoy every second of it. Yeah, this is grape stuff, man. Absolutely grape and great stuff. It's like a grape job sticker. You scratch and sniff. I'm really curious to see what this beer is. People that follow the channel, you sleuths, tell me what this is. Is this the Merlot version? Because like I said, I've seen multiple versions of Merlot on the internet. I looked up pictures. It doesn't look like this. I don't know why they would mislabel stuff. Maybe it was albino Merlot. Does that thing exist? I can see this being this color if they skinned it, and the grape is a little bit lighter maybe. I don't know. Well, you guys tell me if I'm right or wrong, or if this is the correct thing. I don't know. But what I do know is this one of the better farmhouse beers I've had? Is like, yes, Mount Rushmore status. I love this. I think it's fantastic. Delicious. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys, man. Value availability, I paid $22 for it. I think these were like $18 if I'm wrong, at the brewery. So, $4 markup. It was 25. I pulled the sticker off. There was a sticker and it was a 25 and then a 22 over it. I actually have no problem with that price point on this. Just something about it just makes me okay with it. And being tire hands, you expect to have that kind of higher markup. But it was off a shelf for me. I don't know how you guys roll in these, and leave you with if you like, well, we like this beer. If you like vibrant farmhouse ales with a nice aggressive tartness but aren't sour, I think you really would enjoy this beer. There you go. Review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there, if you want to talk about it, let me know what you know about this beer, and more specifically, if you've had it and what you think about it. I would appreciate that very much. Down there, you can talk about it. Massive Beers, if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massif, if you want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a little TH right now. Hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.